In his first 5 years as football coach at Georgia, young Vince Dooley racked up a spectacular record. His teams won 2 league championships, went to 4 bowl games. 3 times in 5 years, Dooley was named Coach of the Year in the tough Southeastern Conference. Vince Dooley's teams play heads-up ball in all departments, including the vital area of individual pass defense. Here's how.
The defensive back plays one of the most important roles in modern football. With continued specialization in the passing game, offensive teams are putting top athletes as wide receivers. We must have equally fine athletes to play pass defense. You must be agile and quick and fast enough to run with the sprinters. You must have the twin qualities of confidence and desire that make you a strong, sure tackler in support of the running game. Defense is tough duty. You've got to like it. You also need the ability to jump with accurate timing and hands good enough to intercept. Each year we see more offensive teams employ wide receivers. This forces the secondary to defend the entire field. One basic and fundamental coverage is zone. The field can be divided into 4 deep zones, or with rotation into thirds, which will put the defenders in a 3 deep zone. You must be as wide as the widest man in your zone and deep as the deepest. Defensive backs in zone coverage find it difficult to cover wide receivers unless they have good underneath coverage from ends and linebackers. In zone coverage, the basic key must be the quarterback and the ball. The defender backpedals in his zone, keeping his eye on the football in order to break immediately on its release. It is most difficult to defend against the short pass with zone coverage. We teach zone coverage with the read drill. Defenders see and read the quarterback as they drop back, reacting as the ball is thrown. On a sprint out, the secondary rotates for run support and defends against the short pass and the deep zone. If the passer is given enough time to throw and the receiver has enough time to work, he can usually get open, and a good passer will put the ball on the spot. Pressure must be maintained on the passer. More teams have gone to man-to-man coverage, which allows maximum rush and pressure on the passer. This puts added pressure on the defensive back, too, who must now cover an excellent athlete by himself. In man-to-man coverage, a very basic error, some simple mistake here, can beat you. The defender is all by himself, and one mistake on his part can result in a touchdown. Learning to cover your man effectively takes long practice on basic fundamentals. Only with practice comes that invaluable ingredient, confidence. As at any other position, good secondary play starts with good stance. Weight on the balls of the feet, spread shoulder width, knees flexed, back straight, buttocks tucked. The body is squared to the line of scrimmage. The back pedal is a basis of one-on-one coverage. Push back with the balls of your feet. Don't pick your feet up too high. Take quick steps, avoiding long strides. We align the halfbacks about 8 yards deep on the outside shoulder of the receiver unless closeness to the sideline dictates otherwise. The defender keys the receiver's waist to avoid being faked, and it is essential that you establish and maintain a cushion between yourself and the receiver. We find 3 yards to be about the right distance. In covering basic offensive routes, we start with the outcut. As on any cut, the type of release will vary, but you need to maintain a 3-yard cushion with the same relative position of outside shoulder, regardless of the release of the receiver. You backpedal with the shoulder square to the line, and when the cut is made, you react immediately, keeping the 3-yard cushion. When the receiver goes into his glide, that is, when he reaches for the football, then you look for the ball. We call it stripping the receiver, going through him with maximum force. Inside arm reaching for the ball, outside arm around the small of the back. Stripping means going through the receiver to the ball. If the pass comes high, your job is to go up for it through the receiver. If the receiver starts an outcut and pulls away, and the defender does not close, maintaining the cushion, he will be in poor position to play the outcut. From this position, he will not be able to make the interception if he so desires. If you go in front of the receiver, he can catch the ball, turn upfield, and go for a long gain. If you go in front, you must be absolutely sure you can intercept. When an outcut is being defended well, it is logical for an offensive team to follow with an out and up. Again, it is important to have the same 3-yard relationship from the receiver. As he goes out, you move with him. As he turns up the field, you turn quickly, and it's a foot race. After the receiver starts his upcut, you must turn, trying to keep the same cushion and sprint to stay even or slightly ahead of the receiver. Then you turn back to the inside and look for the football. If you close too tight on the receiver, you can use hand balance to push off and regain your position. Do not strike the receiver, but use hands only to regain position. Of course, hand balance used while the ball is in the air is illegal. Another standard offensive pattern is the post or bend in. Once again, the important maneuver is the back pedal, keeping a 3-yard distance from the receiver and keeping the body bent over in order to react quickly. The key is to step at the same angle as the receiver before closing on him. At a tighter angle, the defender is easily beaten. Avoid long strides. Backpedal from a firm base with quick, low steps so that you can execute an immediate cut when the receiver does. If you straighten up and your backpedal steps are too high, you will not be able to plant your foot and cut immediately with the receiver. That extra half step can beat you. The other basic mistake in defending any cut is to let the receiver get too close, not maintaining the 3-yard cushion. The receiver can go right by you when this happens. Starting on the receiver's outside shoulder, you accelerate your back pedal as he closes. When he cuts, you cut at the same angle. As the ball is thrown, you go for it through the receiver and strip him. The circle hook is another common pattern. When the receiver starts toward the line of scrimmage, it is important that the defender close to the middle of his back. You want to play the ball high up through the receiver's back and arms. As the ball is thrown, a good receiver cuts and moves back toward the line of scrimmage. You must follow him back, maintaining the 3-yard cushion, then closing on him. If you are too far off and the pass is completed, then it is essential that you tackle the receiver immediately. As on other patterns, the secret lies in the execution of fundamentals: good position, quick reaction, determination, and a lot of drive. Individual pass defense is so important that we work on it in drills every practice. The best drill for teaching basic man-to-man coverage is the one-on-one drill. We send our best pass receivers against the best defenders, giving the receivers the option of running any of their basic routes. We defend against the 3 primary receivers in an offensive set. That is, a split end, a tight end, and a flanker back. Using one quarterback, we go across the field in that order and try to get off as many plays as possible. It's not a gentle drill, but it gives our secondary the kind of game practice they need. Pass defense is the most challenging job in football today. The best pass defense is the rush, preventing the quarterback from throwing if possible. Pressure on the passer can force him to throw poorly, and this is good pass defense. Finally, there is individual pass defense in the secondary. When you want to play back there and do it well, you make a real contribution to winning football.